Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Boba7772 and today I'm doing an action figure review of the new Assassin's Creed Series 3 Altair Ibn Lahad. So without further ado, let's get started. And I probably just completely butchered his last name there. Ibn Lahad, I think. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. So let's go over the packaging first. So far I want to say that I'm really disappointed in this figure. It just looks really silly. I mean, look at the face there. We'll go over that in a minute when I get him out, but so ages 8 and up Assassin's Creed, the official Ubisoft product seal, unlock Uplay, avatar and content, see back, blah blah blah, Altair Ibn Lahad. So we have a cool picture of Altair there. We see pretty much basic packaging. I really like the design of this packaging. Series 3, there's Atabai, I think, Altair Ibn Lahad, Arno Dorian, Edward Kinway in the Mayan outfit, which looks really awesome. God, I want to get that. That looks so cool. And Ezio de Auditore. So yeah, that's pretty much the packaging for this. Now let's take him out and see what this figure's made of. Alright, so now we've opened Altair up, and once again, still a disappointment. So, first thing I did when I opened him up and took everything out of the packaging was put the 4 knives into his sheaths on his chest. And 3 of the knives fit perfectly. I guess that if you are actually looking at the figure correctly, both of the knives on the left part fit great, and the upper one on the right part fit great. However, the lower right knife would not go in too well and still felt like really tight. So I don't know if it just wasn't sculpted as well. I don't know if that's just my version or what. It also came with 2 hidden blades. Here's the extended one. I don't have it on him. I have the unextended one on his arm, which you can see right here. Unfortunately, Altair does not have interchangeable hands like the Ezio one does. And then he also comes with a sword, which I put in here, and I'm not going to take out because there's a pain in the butt to put in there. But it's his sword. So also, his hood is kind of removable, and if you remove it, you can see Desmond's face. Which just looks really strange to me. I wish that they would not have done a removable hood for him, honestly, and I wish that they would have kept it to where you couldn't really see his eyes too well. Because if we look at the figure on the back of the packaging, if you look at that, it looks awesome, but look at that. That just, it's really getting on my nerves. I really wish that they hadn't done that. It looks just absolutely awful. It looks terrible. I don't know if they use shading or what to kind of change it up. And also, I wouldn't recommend taking its hood off, because then you're going to have troubles after you put it back on of it wanting to stay on. So this figure's an absolute mess. McFarlane, the Ezio figure was so great. Why? This is almost as bad as a Haytham Kinway. I mean, it looks, the way it looks worse than any of the Assassin's Creed figures so far. But quality-wise, it's not the worst, I guess, quality-wise, but just the way it looks, it's god-awful. At least in the face there. Just, jeez, that looks terrible. So yeah, we go down. The outfit's pretty cool. I'll do articulation on him. He has a ball-jointed head that rotates around 360 degrees. Not even going to go into more detail with his head. Shoulders rotate around 360 degrees and bend downward. Elbows rotate around 360 degrees and bend down. Hands rotate around 360 degrees. The waist rotates, but it is loose, and if you try to rotate it, then it will kind of snap. He'll come in half. You can put it back on easily, but then it'll just give you that eerie feeling of this figure snapped in half. The legs move forwards, backwards, and to the sides, but are more or less restrained by his cape thing that he's wearing on his legs. His knees bend backwards and rotate around 360 degrees, and his feet, I think that they're on a ball joint. Oh wow, I don't think. Okay, yeah, his feet are on a ball joint, and I shouldn't have tried to move them, but they're kind of stiff at first, but his feet are on a ball joint and rotate around 360 degrees. So would I recommend this figure? If you're a huge Assassin's Creed fan, then yeah. If you're a huge Altair fan, then yeah, but you will be disappointed with this, I guarantee it. It is not as good as it should be. The eyes should be more covered, and this looks terrible. I'm gonna try to fix this real quick, see if I can make it look better. Here's the Desmond head I was talking about. See, it looks just like Desmond. So maybe they'll come out with the Desmond figure soon. Alright, I tried to make it look a little bit better like this. It looks a little better, but it didn't really work too well. So yeah, I'm going to give this figure a 3 out of 5 because it's good, and if they had just fixed the face up a little, it would have been better. Also, the waist is just so messed up. The legs are so restrained for the articulation, and he does parkour, so there's that. The weapons don't fit in their thing well. You have to kind of force them in, and you're scared to take them out. And this figure, he shouldn't even get a 3 out of 5. Honestly, he should get worse, but he's getting a couple extra points for just being my favorite character. This is probably the absolute worst Assassin's Creed figure that they've come out with. I'm very disappointed. I hope that they redo an Altair and that he is a lot better, because this is just extremely disappointing and saddening. And yeah, I'm so disappointed. I've been waiting for this figure for so long, and wow, this is a big disappointment. But that's all I can really say about it. Thanks to the YouTube commenter of one of my older Assassin's Creed Series 2 videos. I don't remember your username, so I'm sorry I couldn't give you a shout out, but he told me that he found a few of the Assassin's Creed figures at his local Walgreens, including Ezio, Altair, and I believe Tabai. And I called around asking if they had those, or Arno, or the new Edward, and only one Walgreens had them, and they had Altair and Ezio, and I'm like, oh, that works for me. And yeah, I was extremely happy and extremely disappointed. But, you know, I guess some figures aren't gonna be great. So thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe if you want more, and until next time, Boba7772 out. By the way, this was 1550.